Buongiorno, everyone. Welcome back to the Magpie Channel TV podcast. We are on time for a change. This is a turn up for the books, live at 6 p.m. because there's that much to get through.
Oh, what we're going to talk about today, like?
Not much, just
anything happened over the last couple of days? Anything to talk about?
I don't know. Anybody got any ideas what we could possibly discuss?
Just put it in the chat. What's going on in this very, very boring week in Newcastle United?
It's always boring, isn't it?
That's always boring, aye.
Who thought it'd be a good idea to start a podcast?
On the most boring team on earth.
But there's absolutely nothing to ever talk about, and there's never any drama.
Never happens.
No drama, no headlines.
Boring.
In fact, there's absolutely loads, as per usual. So thanks to everyone that's tuned in already. Please do subscribe and like the channel if you haven't already. And thanks to Anarchy Brewery for hosting us this evening. What tip you got there? Keg?
I have. I don't know. What have I got?
Oh, you got
it. Urban Rhythm IPA.
Excellent choice. Excellent, yeah.
Very good choice. Excellent, yeah.
Excellent, yeah. The War Beer is flying out. Obviously, the new edition is flying out. So you're just going to head to the link in the description and get yourself some cans if there's any left. Or Phoenix and Morrison's and other places that sell them. Right then.
Go on then. Let's get started because it could be a long one.
It could also change minute by minute. This, you know, we're fully expecting some breaking news throughout this show. I've been doing updates every 2.5 hours on the channel. To be fair, there's that many rotating things happening at the minute at Newcastle United and falling pieces. So who knows what could be happening with Ekitike and Isak second by second. But if there is changes, we'll bring you it live. But we'll bring you the very latest right now. First of all, before we get into the absolute drama, that is the bidding war for Hugo Ekitike and the future of Alexander Isak, we'll talk about Sean Longstaff, who we've just seen actually in the past 20 minutes will be going to Ellen Road tomorrow for his medical. Before we do that, actually, Keg, we've got a couple of starred chats. First of all, got Joseph,
not messing around tonight,
who has become a YouTube member. Big up, Joseph.
Welcome, Joseph.
I'll tell you what we need to do, actually, for the members is give away some more beer. So we'll get that sorted out for you. So we'll chuck that in as well in the podcast.
Some more beer, do you?
Fancy some more beer? Fancy some free beer? Sure you do. In this weather, nice few cans in the sunshine. So we'll give them out towards the end of the month on the podcast. We'll announce the winners. So join the channel if you fancy it for there's a couple of quid. And we also do giveaways on the home shirts and away shirts and all the shirts of your choice. First super chat this evening from Void FNN. Thanks for this one, mate. Glad we keep Isak. Odds of us signing Ekitike now. Just super chat, Keg. So we'll jump the gun. We'll move on to that question.
Get into it.
We'll move on to that question.
You're jumping the gun, Void.
You are, but we appreciate the super chat. So we'll give our time and effort towards it.
All right.
Odds on signing Ekitike.
I'm really positive.
Yeah? Still positive?
I still think it'll get done. Like, I think we've got the leverage, despite what has been reported by Liverpool fans in the know. I'd say it's a power play by Liverpool. How? Like, we've got Isak. He's still got, what, 3 years left on his contract?
3 years.
We're going to absolutely hold you to ransom for whatever we want to. It doesn't even matter what you want to, whatever we want to.
We'll have it.
How's 900 million? Yeah? What do you think of that?
900 million.
But
Austin Powers over here.
With Ekitike, I feel like it seems to be advanced. I think in the last couple hours, it seems to be that Liverpool's made an approach, but we've put 2 bids in, including a release clause triggering bid. So apparently the terms and stuff's already been agreed.
Yeah,
so
agreed.
I genuinely feel I'm about 80% sure that we'll still have Alexander Isak and we'll sign Hugo Ekitike come the end of the window.
Ho! Imagine the outcry in Merseyside, the Red Hawk, for that one.
Yeah, I'm positive, mate.
I like it. Those are so good odds, really, aren't they?
Yeah,
good odds.
I do.
Yeah, close odds there. There's that one answered. We'll get into that deeper in just a minute. But thanks for the super chat. Big up to Sean, who just sends in 199 there. No questions, but showing your support for the channel. Really appreciate that one, mate. I'm Donna, who's became a member. They fancy a bit of free war beer, don't you? Fair play, like it, or a Newcastle shirt, whichever one. Maybe both if you're that lucky. Who knows?
Fancy free Donna?
Oh.
Any Donnas on the can?
Yeah, I fancy. I absolutely love a Donna, to be fair. I got more beers if we get a Donna on the way home. Right. Let's get into the Longstaff stuff then, Keg. Like we say, medical for him tomorrow at Leeds United looks to be a 12 to 15 million pound fee, around that ballpark figure, because obviously last week we discussed the fact that we rejected offer. We were both quite surprised at that. Is this the right decision in the end then from Newcastle?
I think it's spot on. Like, was it last week or the week before, whichever one it was, that we did say 12 million. We're thumbing hard on the price. Like, I was thinking maybe a little bit more. I thought, like, we're just trying to squeeze out just a little bit more, which is, I felt that was fair. Even with 1 year left on his contract, I feel like Longstaff's worth more than 12 to 15 million. So, yeah, I think we've done the right thing. And I thought we might have been pushing Leeds away with supposedly a third bid rejected. That was like the first proper report that we've already turned down 2 bids, and this was the third bid incoming. So, yeah, I was quite surprised that we'd already done that. I don't know what the previous bids were. But, yeah, we rejected that third bid of 10 million plus 12 in add-ons. And now we've got a deal agreed for closer to 15 million. I think it's been, I've seen a couple of reports. I think it's 12 plus 3, or I've seen 13 plus 2, whatever it is. So, yeah, I think closer to 15 million is really, really fair, especially when you factor in that mainly he's got 1 year left on his deal. So his time is running out. Obviously, his time's running out at the club in terms of game time with the progression of the club. Like, he's done well to stay where he is. He's been a really hard worker, someone that has really worked well under Eddie Howe. But yeah, with the club developing and moving forward and new targets, he's going to get pushed out. And for a lad like this, like, you don't want to see him kind of rotting at the bottom of someone's squad. Like, he deserves a team like Leeds. I think Leeds is a really good move for him. And he's absolutely pure profit, which helps in our transfer market as well. So it's really good business. It's really smart. So yeah, happy with that, and happy for Sean that he's going to a really good team. Yeah, best of luck to him in the future.
I mean, I think you've nailed it there. To be fair, some good points. The fact that obviously with only 1 year left, getting a fee for him is a big bonus. Pure profit from FFP, like you say. And you know what it is, Longstaff is coming to, like, what should be his prime, really.
27.
27 now.
Yeah.
He's still got a good 5 years left. He could be really flying if he gets to where he wants to be, and he does well at Leeds. Who knows what could happen from him? I mean, he's still got many years left in the game.
He has,
to be
yeah,
fair.
like so, in his prime years, it's just unfortunate that he's not going to get loads of minutes to kind of showcase what he's learned over the past 7 years or whatever he's been in our first team. So yeah, I think Leeds are getting a really good player.
I think they are, and I think it's going to benefit him being able to get that playing time at this stage of his career. Could go there, do really well, keep them up, become a bit of a fan favourite. He's going to play a lot of football. And who knows, if he does shine, he might get another move, or Leeds might continue to rise up a little bit. You know what I mean? Leeds have got a good chance. If they continue spending in the transfer market, they could stay up. You know what I mean? I'd rather Leeds United stay up than Manchester United. Get them down. Get them down. Leeds can stay up, right? And then Leeds can just be in the Prem. You know, when I was growing up, they were in the Prem. You mark for Dukas, you Robbie Keane.
We get Champions League semi-final in 2003 or something like that.
Jonathan Woodgate.
Unbelievable.
Harry Kewell. Boya, right?
Rio Ferdinand.
Rio Ferdinand.
Class team, right? Alan Smith. Robbie Fowler was there for a little while.
Aye.
Solid team.
Hasselbank.
Unbelievable. That was so good back then.
So if they can stick around, then good news for Leeds. Good news for the Premier League, I think. And listen, he's going to go to a very passionate fan base there, so they'll get back behind him. And
not too far away, just on the road.
Exactly. Couple hours drive down the motorway there for Sean.
Nice city.
Still pop up. Good go to North Shields on the weekend. Go to the ice hockey. You know what I mean? He loves that. So, yeah, good move for Sean. Good money for Newcastle. And it's what we have to do in it. How many times have we talked about having to trade, having to work around FFP, all that sort of stuff, and then not doing it and keeping a hold of the players for too long?
Yeah.
But at least now we aren't doing that. You know, it's a shame to see a local lad go.
Definitely.
But he's lived every local lad's dream. I mean, he's part of history.
He really is.
Written himself down in folklore. You know, I mean, winning the Carabao Cup.
Cup winner for
Shearer couldn't do that.
Yeah, Shearer didn't do it.
He actually didn't do that. Guys, I mean,
no one in his dad's lifetime would have.
Yeah. Pick up his dad as well, lovely bloke. Yeah. And so is Sean. Listen, you know what I mean? So he's lived everyone's dream. Him and his brother Matty represent the club well, and they've both moved on now, and I wish them all the best.
Shout out Matty.
Shout out Matty. I hope he's doing well over there in Canada.
He had a link up with Miggy the other day. Seen Toronto played Atlanta, and they had a bit of a meet up at the end of the game.
I love to see. I didn't even catch that one. Good stuff. Right. Thanks to Tracy this super chat. Very generous super chat. And a challenge for you, Keg, in the next hour. Otherwise, you owe Tracy $19.99.
I was going to say, you've already paid it.
Yeah,
no refunds, no returns, Tracy.
No refunds for Tracy. Trying to get him, not because it'll slip in somewhere. It'll slip in somewhere.
Apologies.
You know what I mean?
Try my best.
You'll try for you, Tracy. You'll try for you.
No guarantees.
Thanks very much for the super chat.
Can I say the C word?
She didn't say it.
Loopholes.
All right, Chelsea. David Fez there became a YouTube member. Big up to him. Thanks very much. He's fancying some free beers that we're going to do a giveaway on the podcast at the end of the month. A couple weeks' time, we'll do that. Shout out to Tino with the super chat. Liverpool disrespecting Hugo. Two, as a bargain chip. We'll get into that because if you Hugo Ekitike, you should know how much Newcastle have been trying to sign you for years now.
Yeah.
Tracking you since 2022. And Liverpool just want to use you as a second choice. Sloppy seconds.
We've already had deals agreed with him in the past. Like, I think just for him, it was a bit too early in his career to make the move. But
didn't fancy the relegation
between us and Stade Rennes, we had 2 deals agreed in 2 different transfer windows. But he chose other options, and that's fair enough. He's gone on to have a pretty good career so far. He's still only, 23, is he?
23.
Yeah. He's doing well for himself so far. But yeah, I feel like Liverpool now are being quite disrespectful because he's quite clearly their number 2. Like, they're only going to go for him if they can't get Isak. So Liverpool's proven that he's that second choice, whereas us, like, we want him. We've been chasing him for years, and we're willing to give him the contract and the money. Like, Liverpool haven't even had a bloody offer in yet.
Nah.
We've
what are you waiting for?
Yeah, we've wanted to stick a couple of bids in. So yeah, I feel like Liverpool really are disrespecting Hugo Ekitike. Like, they're he's second choice, basically. Yeah.
Your second choice to the player that you could be playing alongside. If you come to Newcastle, you can be alongside the man that they really actually want.
Did you get a free fly in Ethiopia?
No, I didn't know.
Oh, I'm the winner.
You won the prize. Well done.
Oh, get in.
There you go. That's what the heat will do to you around here. Flown the way in. Listen, Hugo, don't make the same mistake twice, all right? You messed up a couple of years ago when you chose PSG. Let that one slide. You make the right decision this time. Don't do it again. Go to Anfield for the money, and it's not going to work out, right? Who knows? They're not guaranteed to win the league next season. Verts might flop. Man City might come back. Chelsea looking pretty good. Arsenal signing Gyökeres. Newcastle, if you come to us, we could be challenging. Yeah? Make the right choice, Hugo. Cheers to Tino for the super chat, and Marty as well on this one sends in a super sticker. Thanks very much, mate. Thank you very much. There is over 1,300 people watching live. That's a record for our podcast, Keg, I think. For that,
quite possibly,
figure. We'll be getting loads of great views on the lives lately for the breaking news stuff and that. But right now, I think that's a record for the podcast. So thanks very much, everyone. Appreciate that one. Lovely, lovely numbers. Hope you all like the show. Subscribe as well while you're here. If you haven't already, doesn't cost a penny and helps the channel massively. What's next then on the agenda? Talk Longstaff. We'll talk Isak, shall we? Obviously, Liverpool yesterday came out and said that they had made an approach. Well, we got loads of different contrasting reports, didn't we, Keg? You had a lot of people saying the approach had been made. Fabrizio Romano, David Ornstein, the approach had been made. The question was asked. You then had like TNT Sports kind of saying there wasn't any approach. Then you had Sky saying actually there was an approach, but there wasn't a formal offer, if you like. Basically, the understanding is that they did come to Newcastle and ask about Isak, but they didn't necessarily put a bid in. It was kind of just an inquiry.
General query.
Just a general upsetting of the player, to be honest.
Just a general query, like, oh, do you fancy selling them? And we said, no. And they were like, all right, no reason.
All right, and well, we'll just go get Ekitike or just wait for you to get wound up. That's all it was, wasn't it? It's just unsettled the player, really.
I think it was.
They know all along, it's been told he's not for sale. How many times have we had to say that? And they knew it. Newcastle are, angry at Liverpool for doing that. But they are trying to get Alexander Isak's head turned. So, do you think Isak would be interested in a move to Liverpool? Would he potentially force a move to Anfield?
On that side, no. Look, it's a flattering offer. Of course it is. Like, Liverpool's one of the biggest teams in the world right now, and historically always have been. They're the most decorated team in England. They're the current reigning champions. Like, they're almost guaranteed Champions League football year in, year out, whereas we're still kind of pushing in on that boundary, trying to establish ourselves as a top 4 team. So yeah, look, Liverpool's a massive team, and they've obviously got money. They're ambitious still. Like, despite winning the league quite comfortably last year, they've still gone out and spent a British record fee on Verts, and they've gotten Kirkes and Frimpong, and they're still trying to spend a lot of money on whichever one they can get, if they could get Isak, Ekitike. It's a good offer. It's a fair team for somebody to leave us for. But right here, right now, no. I believe he's quite happy. He's never wanted to leave. He's never said anything. He's all smiles in Austria at the minute. Like, I don't see any reason why he would want to leave. Like, he's our star man, has been for the last 2 or 3 years he's been here. He's the only Newcastle player in Premier League history to score 20-plus goals in back-to-back seasons. He's one main man, and we've got Champions League football because of him. Like, we won the Carabao Cup because of him. He's been pivotal. So yeah, I think he's quite happy to stay here and continue to be our main man. We need to try and get him tied down. I think we need to offer him a new contract as soon as possible. So yeah, I don't think he's going anywhere, mate.
No.
No.
Fully confident he still stays at Newcastle, regardless of a new contract?
In the short term, at least anyway, that's why I think we need to get him tied down. I think he'll maybe give it next year, see how him and Ekitike dynamics going to work, see how we're doing the Champions League, see if we can get back in the Champions League or at least win a cup or something. Like, we need to continue the progression. We need to keep going up. We can't just have last season be like, oh, mint. Like, we won the Carabao Cup and we've got the Champions League wicked. Like, we need to maintain that. We need to keep doing that and push on and continue to give these people, the ones that are already here, the reason why we signed them. Like, we would have given them this speech, like, oh, we're going to do X, Y, and Z, come to Newcastle. And at the minute, we're proving that, but we need to keep pushing on and prove to the likes of Ekitike and James Traffords and whoever else that we're linked with or want to get in the future in the next 2 or 3 years, come here. Don't go to Liverpool. Don't go to Real Madrid. Come here. This is the place to be. So that's what we need to continue to do. We need to prove to Isak year in, year out that this is the place to be, because if it doesn't work out for him next year, if Ekitike starts seeing more game time or he's not quite getting the game time that he wants, it could be like a Watkins and Duran situation, which we don't want. So we just need to try and make him as happy as possible whilst also making the team as good as possible by bringing in someone like Ekitike to play alongside him or with him, behind him, whatever.
Do you think this is kind of a sliding doors moment, like a pivotal part in Newcastle's plans, basically? Because if Isak did leave, does that kind of diminish the project a little bit? Does that slow us down? Or is it a case where obviously we can go on and spend that money and then get an Ekitike in and get a few more players with that money?
Yeah, I mean, a bit of both, because, yeah, like, obviously, like I say, he is our key man. He's our starter striker. He's been one of the best, probably the best striker, well, definitely the best striker that we've had since Shearer, hands down. No questions about it. He's been one of the best strikers that we've had in the modern Premier League era. So, yeah, it can be seen as slowing it down. It's a bit of a speed bump that we didn't want to get over. That's why I want to keep him in the long term. I want to make him our highest paid player, tie him down for another few years. I think he's still got another 2 years left on his deal, which would take to 28. So maybe he's tie him down again till 2030, like make sure he's got 5 years left on his deal, extend his current contract by another 2 years, and almost double his wages. Because I think I was looking before, like, these reports are never quite accurate. I feel like when you see like the wage list, I never really know if it's true or not. But what I seen today was that he's on 120 and Bruno's were highest earner on 160.
I think that's right.
And with the progression and the money and stuff, there's no real reason why he shouldn't be our first ever 200 grand player, which is almost doubling his wages. Like, I think we can easily put him on at least 180. But if he was to go to a Liverpool or another big European team, I reckon they'd slap 250, 300 on him easy. So why shouldn't we give him at least 200? I think we need to extend his deal another 2 years, keep me here till 2030, 200 grand a week, and revise that again in 2 or 3 years' time. If he's worth 250, 300, give him it at the time. But yeah, we need to extend that deal and make sure that he stays here. But if he does is sold, like you say, we kind of know this is coming. We almost had to do this last year. There was talks of Gordon leaving, which was genuine because Amanda Staveley confirmed that. Liverpool's interest in him was real. We tried to get £100 million for him. Didn't quite work out, but we ended up going past the PSR thing with selling Anderson and Minter. Like Bruno's been linked to leave and stuff. So if we do need to sell, which I believe right now we don't, last year we did, in the future we might need to again if we're going to be spunking all this money and not really getting anything but 15 million for Sean Longstaff. Like, we are going to need to sell eventually when the next PSR window comes around, which I believe is every 3 years, is it? Yeah. So this is a brand new year, so we'll come back to this in 2-3 years and see where we're at. But right now we do not need to sell at all. So, yeah, maybe next year we can try and sell him if we can still get 120 plus for him, 150 if we need to, then so be it. And if Ekitike bangs in, say, 18 goals or something, then you know you've got the next kid ready to step up. So, but it's not really something that I really want to think about right now. Like, I'm more kind of focused on him staying and extending that contract and playing with Ekitike for the next few years.
We're going to get back onto the contract situation in a minute because it's a really interesting one that came out last night confirming that Mitchell decided against giving him a new renewal that upset Alexander Isak. But we've got to jump into the super chat from Gaz there. Big up to you, mate. Really hope Newcastle stand strong, Gaz says, and not be bullied by these so-called bigger clubs. It's time for us to push on now and PAF make a statement of intent. I tell you what a super chat that is from guys. It's very true. And it comes 100%. Back to what I kind of said before in terms of it being a pivotal point in Newcastle's future, because if we do end up bending over, metaphorically, for Liverpool and letting them get an Isak or steal our priority target in Hugo Ekitike, then it kind of sets the precedent and lets them know, and everyone will start laughing, little Newcastle, see, they couldn't handle it, don't deserve it, can't do it. And if we did go out and said, no, we've told you Isak's not for sale, and how about, we are going to pay the 80 million plus required for Ekitike's signature, and we're going to get the deal over the line. That would be massive, and that, as guys suggest, would be a huge statement of intent, and everyone would shut up after that.
Yeah,
and then it would be like, wow, Newcastle are serious now. Like, these are serious.
Yeah,
Premier League would be gutted about it.
Yeah, there would be, and I think like we need to start doing that, because like these teams like Liverpool and other fans that you've seen that tit Jamie O'Hara on Talk Sport and Cundy and all the ones on DR Sport and Goldbridge and everyone like just thinking that we're gonna sell them, like assuming. Like, we're not here to piss around. Like, and people should have known that from the takeover. What was it? Nearly 4 years ago now. 4 years this October. Like, we've struggled a bit. Like, obviously, the team was in turmoil. We had to spend money. We had to nearly ruin ourselves with PSR because we had to stay in the league. So that's why we had to kind of go down that route last year of almost selling Gordon, but instead it was Minter and Ekitike, Minter and Anderson. But like, we've been in the Champions League now. This is our second year. We've won a cup. It's been a slow process. If anyone thought that we're going to win the league within 3 years, even 5 years, they're off the nut. You forget what Steve Bruce and Mike Ashley. Like, do you think that was a 3-year project? like this is long term. Like, now we're just the tip of the iceberg now, mate. Like, we haven't even started yet.
Nah. Just getting started like Sam Fender.
Like, statement of intent is what we need. Like, going all out and making sure we keep Isak. And not just doing that, putting an Ekitike alongside him, spending 55 million on Alanga. Like, this is what this club's needed. We just haven't been able to do it yet. Now, like I said, we're just tipping the iceberg of what we can do. You Liverpool, Man United fans and stuff, keep your eye on this team, because you've got no idea what's about to happen over the next few years.
Yeah, they are sleeping on us big still, because if we did get an Ekitike, that doesn't only just improve the start 11, obviously, for the Premier League and the Champions League and everything. It gives you a bit of depth, man. It gives you more options, because what I've been mentioning, Keg, on recent streams is how long have we been saying that we haven't got a plan B? To be fair, the main criticism from Eddie Howe, especially last season when we had that bad 10-15 game run, was he only plays 4-3-3, he's got no other identity, no other plan B, no other options. Didn't really have many other options to choose from, to be honest, with the squad depth and the personnel. But now we bring in Ekitike, and then everyone now, I don't know if you've seen them, the possible Newcastle lineups for next season, they've all got 4-4-2.
Yeah.
4-4-F and 2. I won't swear because the super chat. Make Bassett special. You've got Ekitike alongside Isak. You've got Jordan's the one that drops out though. So you've got Bruno and Canardi in the middle. You've got Gordon and Langer on the wings, which is frightening. You've got Tino and Hall as the fullbacks, and Fabian Cher or Dan Burn.
It's always been Scalvini.
Alongside Scalvini.
Every 4-4-2 I've seen's got Scalvini.
Which one was it though? Shaw or Burn alongside him?
Must be Botman.
Botman, sorry. Botman, yeah. See, we're not even counting.
That's too big.
You're getting rid of Burn. You're getting rid of Joe Linton. This is what we need, though.
And no one's mentioned Harvey Barnes, who pushed Anthony Gordon out at the back end of that season.
Yeah. And like you say, Scalvini comes in there. Scalvini's the one now that's getting mentioned a lot. And behind him was James Trafford, the goalkeeper. Yeah. So with that starting lineup, and then having your Burn to come in, having your Barnes to come in, having your Joe Lintons to come in.
Murphy.
Sula, even if he can kick on. Yeah, Trippier, of course. Like, there's a lot of choice there, and there's way more options, and you can mix things up. You can go back to the 4-3-3 if it's not working. You can go 3 at the back, 5 at the back with overlapping fullbacks, whatever you want. So loads of options there for Eddie Howe if we did go out and smash that transfer record fee for Hugo Ekitike. We'll get into that contract situation talk in a minute, but we've got a super chat here from Andrew. Thanks for this one, mate. Honestly, how is anyone taking this off us seriously, especially the media? 120 million for Isak. If Grealish is 100 million 4 years ago, Isak is 200 million. Proven Premier League strikers are scarce.
100%.
Very true. Very, very true.
Absolutely.
I did that reel for DR Sports a month or so ago now, and I was saying Isak was worth 150.
Oh, yeah.
Bruno was, I did say 100, but,
valuation,
close to that, because, and I mentioned Grealish. Grealish, as Andrew says, 4 years ago, Jack Grealish was 100 million, and it hasn't even worked out well.
No.
Recently, you've got defensive midfielders going for over 100 million pounds.
Yeah, Caicedo, Rice.
Yeah, and now you've
Bellingham
got,
was.
and then you've got some big fees that Manchester United have paid: 90 million for Anthony, 72 million for Highland.
Sancho.
Darwin Núñez cost Liverpool 85 million a few years ago. How man? So I agree. Like 120 million is laughable.
It is.
It's absolutely shocking. But they think, I seen Jamie O'Hara was arguing with a Newcastle fan actually on Talksport, who was suggesting that he was worth 200 million. And Jamie O'Hara was saying, why are Newcastle fans like this? You think you're the best in the country now. He's worth 120. Take it and run with it.
Oh, my God. No. Does anybody have any idea how consumerism works? Honestly, like, his street value may be 120 million. Fair enough. Yeah, absolutely. Exactly. Like, who sells anything for market value if it's something that you don't want to sell? It's like Django. Again, back to Django, the conversation, trying not to put any explicitives and certainly not any racial slurs. But like, you know how they say that they're trying to buy, and he's like, Leonardo DiCaprio's like, I don't want to. I'm not going to sell who I don't want to sell, and then they come to with a ridiculous offer, and then he's like, you have my curiosity. Now you've got my attention. That's in a nutshell how consumerism works. Like, yeah, Isak's value might be 120, but we don't want to sell him to anyone, let alone a Premier League rival.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if his market value is 120, you're going to have to come in with at least 150 to make it even worth us losing our star player.
Mm-hmm.
For a Premier League rival, fucking double it. I swore. Shit.
Oh, Tracy,
you had us good.
You owes you 20 quid.
I'm getting right on over this
To be
conversation.
fair, 26 minutes in, it worked, and it was a rant. So he's allowed to. He's allowed to.
For a Liverpool, an Arsenal who's been in for him, put Chelsea in, because Chelsea's always in for our players.
Mm-hmm.
200 million is fair.
Yeah.
Fair for us. Maybe not fair for you or fair for other people that don't believe he's worth it. That's fair for us. That's what we believe he's worth.
Yeah. And we're the one that's selling him, so it is us what we price him at.
Literally,
we're not desperate. He's got 3 years left.
He's our player.
Yeah.
He's literally, we own him. Like, we can sell him for whatever we want, whenever we want. Like, it's not really up to anyone else. If Isak requests a transfer, if he wants to leave, that's a bit of a different conversation. But for other teams that want him, you have to cough up the money that we demand.
Mm-hmm.
You're not just going to put £120 million offer in, and we say no, and they're like, "Oh, wait, man, but that's what he's worth." And we're like, "No, that's a good point. Then I know whereas you can have him." Like, that's just not going to happen. Like, you need to make it worth it for us to sell him. Like, we don't want to, so why would we?
Honestly, I agree. I think the price that people ban about saying 120 is just absolutely ridiculous.
That's his worth, give or take.
Yeah,
but that's not what we're going to sell him for.
Nah, and 64 a few years ago, and look what he's done now. Literally, looked at as the best striker in the world. So, and as Andrew said, they're totally scarce now. Totally scarce now. If you look around the world, who's got a better striker than Isak? No one for me. Yokeres to Arsenal. You look around the league, Chelsea at the minute with the Delap they brought in Pedro because all they had was Jackson. Spurs paid a lot of money for Solanke. Like I mentioned, Man U paid a lot of money for Highland, didn't work out. So
Solanke was a bag one. He was like 60 odd.
Aye, 60 odd. Aye. So it's a lot of money, man. So you better cough up for Isak. That's why I've been saying all along 150 million minimum.
Yeah,
just to get talking. To be honest,
I'd rather him go for 150 European. I'd rather him go like Real Madrid or Barca, Bayern, PSG. 150. We can enter a conversation with you lot. Any Premier League rival, nah.
Yeah.
Don't even bother coming out with 150 as a starter unless you're going to go up to about 200. It's not even worth the conversation.
They've just paid just shy of 120 million, 116 with the add-ons included for Wirtz.
Yeah.
Very good player, German international. Not proven in the Premier League though.
Yeah.
Isak's proven over and over again on every platform, on every stage, that he's the best, that he can score goals. So how do you think, we'll just chuck a couple more million in and then you'll be worth it?
Yeah. For people like Darwin Núñez and stuff, it can take a little bit of time. Like, the Premier League's difficult. You've got to like adapt to it. It's tough. It's physical. It's fast. So like, that's maybe why Darwin Núñez hasn't worked out yet. Maybe he will, given a few years. I don't know. But Isak's been there, done that. He's been in the league for 3 years. even his first year was all right. He had a lot of injuries. He missed out on a lot of games, but I think he still got about 12 goals or something like that in his first year. Like, he done well in his first year, but these last two, he's got 20 plus. Like, he's proven, he's clinical. He's racing for a golden boot. If it wasn't for Haaland and Salah just being absolutely ridiculous, then he'd be a little bit closer. Yeah. But he's coming there or thereabouts. Yeah,
it's coming. Like, it could be happening next season if you ask me. If he can stay fit, and if he's got Ekitike next to him, just put it on a plate. Ekitike take on a few defenders.
And Elanga,
slide it in. And Elanga, Swedish teammate. I mean, Elanga made bloody Chris Wood look like Woodnaldo, didn't he? Do you know what I mean? He made Chris Wood hit the dizzy heights of double figures and everything. So, if he can put it on a plate for Chris Wood, imagine what he can do for Isak and Ekitike. My God, that is
scary.
Exciting. Very exciting. If we can hope we get it done. 1,716 people watching live. I hope we've got enough likes. I can't see them on the screen. Please do like the video quickly and subscribe to the Magpie channel if you haven't already. Back to the contract talk there then, Kay, because you're right in that Isak should be offered a new deal, deserves a new deal.
Yeah.
It was out last night that Mitchell, ex-sporting director, decided against giving him a new contract. He thought he was already paid well enough. Amanda Stavely and Gadusi before that had said to Isak, we're going to offer you a new deal. Mitchell came in, decided against it. That obviously pissed off Isak. Isak then goes on to have a great season, wins Newcastle the Cup, gets us Champions League football, and he still hasn't been offered a new deal. So I'm not surprised at all if he's in the background and he's thinking, why on earth is nobody saying to me, sign this contract, please, stop all the rumours, crack on.
Yeah.
Because as you say, it should be 200 grand. And I tell you what, if you reach 20 goals next season, it goes up by 25 grand. And then if you win World Cup again, it goes, you know what I mean? Incentives, bonuses, all that sort of stuff.
But you can hide bonuses in a contract. Like, you should be on at least a 200 grand weekly
flat
standard.
Yeah.
Then, goal bonuses, cup bonuses, whatever. You can have the lot, mate. Take the lot.
Yeah, take the lot, have the lot, have it all. But with Isak's contract being up in the air, because why aren't they, now they've been back to pre-season, just getting that done straight off?
Yeah, that should have been a high priority.
That should have been very high priority because, as you said, Isak will look around and his agent will be in his ear, no doubt about it, saying, listen, if you went to Liverpool, you triple your wages. Like, if you wait next summer for Barcelona to come in,
there's been that link since January with Arsenal. Arsenal were convinced that they were going to sign him as well. We've already been down this channel, just with a different team.
Yeah.
Like, there's interest. He's the most hot property, one of the best strikers in the world right now. He's proven that. He's brought World Cup and everything. Like 120 grand. I think that's three. I think that's three players on his wage, 120, and that's three on more. Joelinton on Anthony Gordon and Bruno.
See, because Joey's just got a new deal, hasn't he? Not long ago.
I think Joey and Gordon's on 150 and
Gordon
Bruno's
had a quick
on
new deal, didn't he? After
one good season.
One good season. He's just had the couple now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. He deserves it, and for him to not even being like tied with fourth highest paid player,
that's insane.
It's a bit of a joke. Considering like we are very, very smart. Like, even when you look at Bruno being my highest earner on 160, if you look around the league, mate, like, that's
nothing.
And
nothing.
We've got the money to do it, but obviously we're trying to be smart. Like, obviously, it's like I said, it's a long process. This takeover, it's going to take time to get to where we want to be. We're trying to please all this bullshit PSR and FFP and whatever. We can't just be like, 500 grand for you, 500 grand for you. Like, you can have this money, you can have that money. We're not Manchester United.
We're not making them silly mistakes.
Yeah, we're not Chelsea. We're not we can't afford to be Man City or Liverpool right now.
Yeah.
Like Man City and Chelsea will just sign anyone and be like, 340 grand again. Like, we did. Like, so for 160 to be our highest earner, we need to move with the times and give people that deserve it. Like, everyone so far has deserved their contracts.
Yeah.
Bruno, Gordon, Joelinton, they've all re-signed very recently, and they've all getting more money than what they were previously on. Isak hasn't signed a new contract since his very, very first one, is he? He's still on that first deal, yeah. Like I say, he's earned it year in, year out. He's got over 20 goals a season, plus a cup. Why does this lad not deserve a new contract? Even if it's 200 grand more, whatever, make him our highest paid player now to prevent this happening again. And that'll only increase his value.
Exactly. So if it comes to next year,
just because you sign a contract doesn't mean you can't be sold.
No, definitely.
It's just going to make it harder. But it's going to increase your value.
John Duran signed a new contract at Villa, and then 3 months later went to Saudi.
Loads of people do that. So, loads of people saying, I'll stay here long term.
Look, the fee they got for him.
Did Grealish not do that?
Yeah. Grealish, bloody back in the day, people used to do it and say, I'm not leaving, I'm staying. And it doesn't mean you're necessarily dedicating your long-term future, but it kind of seals you for the next 6 to 12 months. And then the club benefits from an increased transfer fee.
Yeah, yeah.
So it completely makes sense.
It's worth every
sign him
penny
now.
for us, yeah.
Stop Liverpool getting him. Get another season out of him, then see where we're at. See where their ambition lies. See if we win another cup or we do on the Champions League, finish top 4 or 5 again. And then if we don't, the next season, Isak, fair enough. You want to leave, that's fine by me. But just give another 12 months, give him more money, and see where we're at. And hopefully, sell him to Barcelona instead of a Premier League rival. That'd be nice. You know what I mean? I don't want to see him every week on bloody Saturday, Sunday. Something from Mbappe, aye? Yeah, something. Bring him in. But that needs sorted as soon as possible, to be fair, because when you look at, we must be thinking like, Alanga, who used to be at Man U, who used to play with Marcus Rashford, he's probably laughing his head off. He's like, Alex, you're only on 120 grand. Bloody Rashford's on 350. £350,000 a week, Marcus Rashford. He's getting paid more than £200,000 more than what Alexander Isak's getting.
Insane, absolutely mental.
I'd be raging and all.
Yeah, but that's a good thing though. Like that, we haven't got people like that.
Yeah,
like your Sancho's and your Rashfords just earning mad money. Can't get a game. The team don't even want them. The player doesn't want to be there.
Yeah. Worst case scenario.
I'm glad that we haven't done that. Imagine if we'd done that. Say like we gave Isak 350 grand a year, a week, sorry, and then this time next year he's like, I don't want to play for you because blah blah blah, and then he refuses to train, puts in transfer requests, and like, all right, wait, we've just got this player that's making mad money that doesn't want to play for anymore. Yeah, it is like a worst case scenario. That's why you've got to be smart about how you do it. But it's the ones that earn it that deserve it.
You don't go to extreme levels like Manchester United do, because the mess they're in right now. You know what I mean? They've been trying to get Brian and Boomer for about 3 months, so haggling over fees there, haggling over deals, so they can't get it over the line.
You've seen that Man United's made more from percentages, like sell-on percentages this summer than what they've made from actually selling players direct. Because they've earned money from Alanga. They had a sell-on close from Alanga. I think they earned about 8 million or something like that from Alanga.
Yeah.
And that left back that's just joined Real Madrid from Benfica. I can't remember what he's called. I think he's like Spanish or Portuguese or something like that. But Real Madrid's just signed a player from Benfica who was from Man United's academy. I think he's got another few million, so like 12 million, 13 million or something they've earned from add-ons, and they kind of get a penny for Rashford, Sancho, Garnacho, Anthony. You're welcome, Man United. No worries.
You're welcome, to be fair, but I hope it stops at that. Right then, we've talked about signing Isak down to a new deal. If that wasn't going to happen, okay, because the second part of this podcast title is, does Isak have a price? And everybody has a price, to be fair. So the super chats kind of touched on it earlier, so we need to spend too much time on it. You know, you said in comparison to the super chat, way over 120. I've said 150 million starters. If Isak turned around, just hypothetical here, because we'll have to play devil's advocate as well. I know there's plenty of Liverpool fans in the comments trying to wind people up. If we're in the camp now in Australia, the pre-season tour, and I'm Eddie Howe, you're Isak, you turn to me and say, Eddie, listen, I want to go. I'm interested in Liverpool. I want to go. I want to see what I've got to say. He turns around and goes, right, well, you're not going until they offer X amount. What is X amount? What is the price that they have to reach? Realistically, because we can say 200 million. It's not going to be 200 million.
No.
We can say 120. That may be their opening bid. We're not going to sell them for 120.
Yeah.
Does that kind of answer the question? Is it the midpoint then? Is it 150?
I'd listen to 150 because, again, playing devil's advocate, like there's two sides to that. So there's the one side where you signed your contract, you committed a 5-year contract to us. We've got no obligation to sell you. Like, you're technically our property now. Like, you're staying, mate. You will play for us. Like, you don't really have much of a choice in it. Like, you can kind of go down that route where he refuses to play or refuses to train or something, and that's just going to make him look like a dick. That's just going to not make it look good on the next team that does end up buying him, because he's going to come with personality issues. So you've kind of problems. You've got to play the game. But so yeah, you could do that, but then like I just don't think he would want to. Like, I just don't see. I kind of forgot where it was going with that. I'll say that. So I had me 2 points. He demanded the transfer request.
But Newcastle are basically saying when you're our player, so doesn't matter. Stay where you are. Yeah,
so you could kind of hold him to ransom for that, but then like on the other side, he could end up upsetting the dressing room, and that's what you don't want. Like, you could just have him acting like a dick and making himself look stupid, but then like you don't want to upset the dressing room. Like, if he's like moping around the place, I want to leave. Shit, Liverpool's better. Blah, blah, blah. Like, I want me moved, and then all this stuff. Like, it's just gonna be an unnecessary distraction that Eddie Howe's not gonna stand for. Like, I don't really think anyone would. I think if as soon as someone puts in a transfer request or they start like demanding X, Y, and Z, it's time to cut ties. Like Sir Alex Ferguson never really had a problem with that. Like Roy Keane, David Beckham, Van Nistelrooy, as soon as he fouls out with someone, bang, you're off, mate. See you later. Like you just don't want these kind of attitudes around here. So yeah, like it's just a different one. It's like a difficult one to balance. Like, do you force him to stay, or do you just kind of accept his request and just negotiate with Liverpool? But at the same time, we're not going to sell him for much cheaper. I think Liverpool can maybe get away with a few tens of millions if it kind of does come down to that. Because yeah, we're not going to sell him for anything less than 150, hoping for 200. But then if Isak's going to try and say like, oh, well, you've just signed Ekitike, so now like I don't want to stay anymore because I don't feel like I'm going to be a number one guy. Like I want to leave. Like that's a serious conversation to have. Like, you're going to want to try and talk him out of it. You're going to convince him that this is your future. We still want you. You're still a huge part of our plans. We want you to sign a new deal. We'll give you whatever Liverpool's trying to offer you. We'll match that. So yeah, it's a difficult scenario. But yeah, so I really, really wouldn't consider a penny less than 150, even if you wanted to leave, because he's got a contract overpulled.
I don't think he's the type of player that would demand a move either. I think it's clear that he's happy here. I think he knows as well if he has another great season that there's going to be loads of offers next year, more offers. To be fair, there's only Liverpool in him for him at the minute. Arsenal turn their attention to Gyökeres, overseas.
If he gets like 28 goals and pushes for the Golden Boot next year,
and he shows in the Champions League what he can do.
Yeah,
and PSG are watching, Real Madrid's watching, Barcelona's watching.
On the world stage,
next year, you could make way more money. You could, test yourself abroad again. Obviously, he was at Sociedad in Spain. Bayern Munich could even come in from Harry Kane's getting older. There's loads of everyone will want him.
Sweden qualified for the World Cup, yes, because I think they missed the last one, didn't they? I think they failed to qualify.
I'm not sure, mate.
Yeah, it's good. But again, like,
now it's been settled yet, has it? Because there's only been a few games.
I think some people have qualified. Yeah. So say he has like a league campaign and kills it in the Champions League, and then he plays well at the World Cup, and now 200 million, you can start that.
Exactly. The price is only going to go up. Yeah. You mentioned Sweden as well, and we have just signed his best mate Elanga and his Swedish teammate Elanga. And if you do sign big name players like Ekitike and stuff, then it does show ambition, doesn't it? Do you know what I mean? It does show that you're in the right place.
Yeah, absolutely.
So hopefully it does give with that one more year. But I agree. I would accept, if it came to it, I would accept 150 if he wanted to go. Because at the end of the day, it wouldn't be the end of the world.
It does help us. We'll lose our star player, of course it does, but everyone's replaceable, man.
Aye, it's football. Like, players don't stay forever. Managers don't stay forever. Things always change. So there's no way that Isak would be here for an eternity. You know what I mean? If 150 million did come in, then that means we could spend a lot of money, because it works out at about triple that, doesn't it? According to amortization and FFP. So we've got a few hundred million to spend there. So you can get your Ekitike's for 80 million. You've still got £200-300 million spare to work on the rest of the team. So, I mean, it'll be the worst thing in the world, to be honest with you. But 120 and all that nonsense, leave it at the door. And preferably, we'll do what you think's going to happen, Keg, and we'll keep Isak and sign Ekitike.
A perfect, ideal scenario, which I still think is a real possibility.
So let's move on to Hugo. Then the bidding war has begun. It's came out in the last couple of hours that Liverpool have indeed entered the race, and they are opening talks with Frankfurt. I've seen a few comments at the start of the show there saying that a private jet had landed in wherever it was for Liverpool to discuss with the representatives of Ekitike and Frankfurt to try and get a deal done. But listen, we've been in talks for weeks now, and we've actually placed a bid.
Two.
Again, Sky Germany just reported half an hour ago, Newcastle United are the only ones that have informally bid and had a written bid submitted for Ekitike, and the second bid is in and about to be announced any minute now. So with that in mind, 70 million was rejected yesterday, okay? 70 million pounds, 80 million euros. He does have a release clause of 86 million pounds. What is Hugo Ekitike worth them? We've spent enough time talking about Isak and what his valuation is. 70 million rejected. What would be the price that gets him to Newcastle or Liverpool?
Well, he's supposed to got a release clause, isn't he? Which is about 86 million. So I think it's 100 million euros, bang on. Conversion, it's give or take 86 point something million pounds.
Nobody will want to hit that release clause, though, because with release clauses, you're obligated to kind of pay most of it up front. So everyone's going to try and negotiate around that. so they can do it in installments and stuff.
But if we reportedly not, is that not what this second bid's meant to be? Like
Apparently.
100 million euros, 86 million. So
that's what Build in Germany and then Sky Germany were talking about, the package being worth 100 million euros. So pretty much 86 million pounds.
If that's the case, if we've triggered the release clause, then why is he not on his way for a medical? If the personal terms have already been agreed, then
what we're waiting for?
Get yourself on the plane, sunshine. What are you waiting for?
Hope he's in Austria. Getting out soon.
Yeah.
Doing the crossbar challenge with Trippier and Bruno.
Yeah, he should be on his way if that is the case. Like, there's not really, like, Frankfurt don't really have any leverage right now. They can't say, oh, we will reject it. You can't.
No. I tell you what.
If it's in his contract, you can't really.
I think they're absolutely buzzing because they paid 16 million euros last year, this time last summer. Yeah. 16 million euros.
And to your question, what is his worth? I think we're paying over the odds right now, but I think we're paying for potential.
Yeah.
He's still a young lad. Like we've seen that potential, and this is why I'm so in favor of it, because Eddie Howe is a stubborn motherfucker. Like he'll identify targets, even like we're being linked with Conor Gallagher. I remember we were linked with Conor Gallagher after his loan spell at Crystal Palace, which was about 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And we're circling back to him now. Like when Eddie Howe sees a player that he likes, he will want him for years to come until he gets him. So like, we'll put bids in for Ekitike when he was like 18, and I was like 23. So like that's why I'm so in favor of it, because that I feel like Eddie Howe knows already what he wants to do with them, or how we can work with them, or how we can develop them, which is one of Eddie Howe's best traits, development of players, especially younger ones, 23 years old, great age. So I think he's had one good year in Germany. He had that unsuccessful spell with PSG, although he did get to play with Neymar, Mbappe, and Lionel Messi, which wasn't a bad year to be somebody's understudy. It's a kind of invaluable lessons that you're going to learn there.
All right.
What his true market value is, which, as I said before, means shit if they don't want to sell him. There's absolutely no reason for them to sell him unless they're going to hold out for his release clause. So we're just going to have to pay whatever they want to pay, unfortunately. We're going to have to play the game. True value, I don't know, 60 million, maybe.
Yeah, I'd agree. Yeah.
I mean, everyone else is fucking 50, 60 million, aren't they?
55 seems to be the price these windows.
What was it?
Elanga.
I'm sure there was someone else. I can't remember. But, everyone's 55 million.
Yeah.
So I'd say he's a kudos. Yeah. So he's about 55 million. But like I say, it's supply and demand. We're buying a player they don't want to sell, so we're just gonna have to pay it. Like I thought we were close with that 80 million euro bid, like the 69 point something, nearly 70 million. Like I thought that would be enough. Like the report was more of like they weren't happy with the structure. I think we were maybe trying to like scatter the payments a bit, and they might have wanted a bit more up front. So I thought, we will just renegotiate and still get them for that same price. So we're having to pay like nearly 17 million pounds more than my first bid, but as of right now, for two reasons, I say, fuck it, go and get him. One of them being, we want him. And like I say, Eddie Howe wants him. He's chased him for years and years and years. So if he's so adamant to get him, just get him. But now, just to piss off Liverpool.
Oh, nah.
Just take him off Liverpool.
Double down.
Yeah.
I'm doubling down.
Because Liverpool's always been like, oh, well, the ball's in our court. Like, we've got the leverage. We're playing the mind games. We're saying if you don't give away Isak, we'll take Ekitike, or you better give away Isak, blah, blah, blah. Like, I want both of them now, just for a crack.
Yeah,
just for banter,
just to prove people wrong, just to make a point.
Yeah. Pay whatever they want, get them both
to the Premier League, to everyone that we mean business, and we're not getting messed about, and it's not Mike Ashley's Newcastle anymore. Do you know what I mean? Get these big players through the door. I'm with you. At first, I thought that was a fair offer, me, like 70 million. I think that's above market value, above his worth. You know, yes, he's had a great season. Yes, you're paying for potential. Everyone's saying he's the next big thing out of France and everything. But that's about right. Because realistically, he should be about 50 million, 60 million.
Yeah,
max.
Market value, yeah.
But now, with that 86 million release clause, well done to Frankfurt. They did a good job to put the release clause in.
Yeah, solid
business, well done. So for that, I'd say they're going to get about the 75, 80 million pound region for Ekitike is what it's going to cost, especially when you've now got a bidding war with Liverpool, who just splashed money on Wirtz and everyone else we mentioned earlier. There's a lot of money flying about the place. So they're going to want to get to that kind of valuation and make that huge sum of money and a massive profit, as I mentioned on last year's 16 million euros that they paid for him. I think you're right. I think just go for it. We've came this far now.
Yeah,
we're
backing up now.
3 years deep, actually. We're 3 years deep in this Ekitike chase. You know, we had the 35 million euro, I think it was, accepted back from Rems in 2022. Deal fell through. Now, yeah, we've came this far. We've talked this long. Liverpool are meant to be interested. I hope tonight, even on this show, maybe tomorrow morning, we'll see some breaking news where Frankfurt have accepted Newcastle's bid. And then it's like, right, in Liverpool, are you going to match it? Are you going to move on? Because if not, Ekitike is coming. As we said earlier, Ekitike should be thinking, wow, Newcastle have showed me yet again how much they want me.
Yeah.
Eddie Howe really wants to work with me. I get to come Newcastle, Champions League, play with Tonali, play with Isak, because he's not going anywhere. We should be on the phone to Ekitike as well and be like, hey, by the way, these links to Liverpool, who they want instead of you, aren't true. And Isak will stay and he will be playing with them. All that should happen. And all of it should go through.
So we'll start playing mind games and tell Liverpool they can have Isak.
We should have done.
Oh, yeah, 120 million. No worries.
We'll sort it out next week for you. Is that all right?
Just in the meantime, we're just going to go and sign Ekitike. Just to make sure that we've got the replacement ready. Then we'll sign Ekitike. Then you want Isak?
Shut up shop. Block the number. Not answering the calls anymore. That's exactly what we should have done. Announced Ekitike in the Liverpool. All right, he's on the line now. He's got a replacement. He's taking the 14 shirt. Right, so you ready to accept that 120 million? Oh, nah.
I thought you said 220. Oh, never mind.
Typo on that, I think. So, see you later. Staying. That'll be brilliant. I love that. Yeah. I mean, it's nice to be talking about these things when I mentioned on my video last night.
Oh, God,
we used to do these shows talking about trying to get Chowdhury on loan. And now we're talking about, should we pay 85 million for Ekitike? Should we accept 130 for Isak? Like, it's mad, man.
You've got Kennedy on loan and that. That Spanish left back, that was a dead good sign. Good times.
Who was the Spanish left back?
No, he's Italian. Baraka.
Antonio.
I can't even remember what nationality is. Never mind his name.
Played like 3 minutes away at Tottenham, wasn't we? Got the super chat from Tracy again. Thanks to this one, Tracy. Just proud of you, Keg. Only 4 slip-ups.
I was 4 leg. Maybe 3.
I thought it was about 2 or 3 leg. VAR check on the slip-ups.
Yeah, we'll check up on the slip-up.
How many F-words from Keg? But she agrees with you. Eddie Howe will make Hugo an elite player. He will. Yeah, he's done it. He's done it with Murphy. He's done it with Joe Linton.
He's done it with 29-year-old Jacob Murphy, who everyone thought was probably a championship player at best.
31-year-old Dan Burn.
Dan Burn completely transformed a dying career from Joe Linton. Like, what can he do with someone who's already got a world-class reputation, 23 years old? It's frightening, man. It really is. And they put Elanga in that conversation. I think Elanga can really step up in Eddie Howe.
Ekitike should be looking at that as well, shouldn't he?
Yeah,
if he's thinking about development, he's thinking about World Cup next year. Can I get in the France team?
Hard team to get into.
Very hard. Very hard. You get to make a senior appearance for them.
Is he? Yeah.
You get to make a senior appearance for them. But I tell you what, if he came to Newcastle,
knocking on the door, surely,
scored in the Champions League and stuff, then that would happen. Spotlight on him. But yeah, Eddie Howe is definitely the one to develop your career. You can ask anyone on the side that, like. And we're going to see that very soon with Elanga. We might see it with Ekitike. If not, though, right? Again, got to play devil's advocate. Of Liverpool, put the money up front. We know Liverpool will be able to pay more wages. We know they are the Premier League champions. So Ekitike might obviously be interested in the move, even though you should realise, as we said earlier, he's second choice, all the rest of it. Who else should and could we get? I think maybe this is a discussion more for next week because I don't really want to go too deep into it. We hope we just get Ekitike.
We're waiting on a notification.
We could discuss all these names and then it's like popped up, bid accepted, Ekitike flying for a medical. That's what I want to hear.
Yeah. I'll just go with the first name on that list. Dominic Calvert-Lewin.
Dominic Calvert-Lewin, easy one.
Easy.
Get him in. Cheaper.
Cheaper.
86 million cheaper. Spend that 86 million elsewhere. Because obviously, you know, with Newcastle putting in a £70 million bid that's been rejected and going back in again, you know that it's a priority now. You know that Eddie Howe is obviously eyeing up a formation change. He wants another striker to play alongside Isak. He wants to really improve on that Callum Wilson replacement, not with a Calvert-Lewin like a like for like. It's actually going to be a big signing, a big name. And people are already in the chat there with Sesko. That was the first one on our list and our notes.
Yeah.
Benjamin Sesko of Leipzig, who was very highly linked to Arsenal this summer, but they did turn to Victor Gyökeres instead. Would he be a viable choice for Newcastle United?
For what I said before, like I don't really want to get into too many names unless I feel like that genuine interest from Newcastle. Because as I said before, like Eddie Howe's stubborn and determined and knows exactly who and what he wants, which is why we're so adamant to get Ekitike. But looking at the names on that list, Sesko was strongly linked with us a couple of years ago. Was his agent not on the key side?
Yeah, he was.
So so if we fail and we know fine well that we've got 86 million to spunk on a striker, what's Sesko worth? Like, I don't think he's worth that.
No, but that was the problem on it, because I think when Arsenal apparently did prefer Sesko at the start of the window because they wanted that younger version. You know, he got to his late 20s. He's been in England, didn't quite do it apart from at the lower levels. But he's had a great season in Portugal, obviously, with Sporting Lisbon. But Sesko is very much potential. He's quite raw, but he's exciting. I guess. Same league as well in Germany, but apparently Leipzig had crazy demands of it, like Ekitike, 80 odd million. You know what I mean? Where you think there's no way he's worth that.
Yeah,
it's 40, 50 million. But again, this is the day and age we're in.
It is, unfortunately, yeah. But he's the only name on this list that I'm seeing where I feel like we've had like a genuine interest, where I feel like we might have already had conversations about signing him before he went to Leipzig. And so, yeah, I feel like, why not? Like he's had interest from other teams, but he hasn't moved yet. I think everyone's moved on. I think Liverpool might have had an interest in him earlier in the window as well. So everyone else has kind of moved on to other targets. So
makes you wonder then, why aren't Liverpool maybe going for him, or why aren't someone else going for him?
Maybe the fee.
Yeah, I think it's the fee.
Yeah, maybe it's like
big demands.
He's still quite young and maybe he's kind of not quite proven on like a high level yet, but he's still done quite well in Germany, and like he does already internationally. So I think he's a good player, and I think if we can get him cheaper, if things don't work out with Ekitike, I think he's a fantastic backup option, as well as if he's cheaper as well. I think I'd love Benjamin Sesko in.
I think you're right there, where it's like that's a realistic one. Clearly a target of Eddie Howe and Steve Nixon, the chief scout, where we've looked at him, we've wanted him, because other names we can talk about on the list, you just know that it's not really a Newcastle United signing.
Yeah. There's only one name on this list that we've got written down here where I think there's been a link, but I don't know if it was just more media talk instead of genuine interest, and that's Vlahovic.
Vlahovic, yeah. He's apparently
there
available.
Was a link with him, but I don't know if it was genuine or just media talk.
I am not sure either. Like, it might have been media driven, but Vlahovic is apparently available for like 25, 30 million euros. Yeah. Juventus want him off the books. He has got big wages. Obviously, he's going to have to lower them. He wants to leave as well. He's got dreams of playing in the Premier League. I can't believe like a Man United ongoing in for him. I know they haven't got any money, so they need to help players. That's probably why. But someone like him would be perfect for them, and someone who's crying out for a striker. And he would be great for us. I think that would be another brilliant, cheaper alternative, like a Dusan Vlahovic.
Absolutely.
Really would.
Yeah.
Powerful, tall striker, gives a bit of a plan B. I like it. 300 grand a week is what John's saying there that he's on. But obviously, you know, he wants to move. Juve want to get rid of him, so he's going to have to drop that down. Maybe that's obviously a stumbling block.
Yeah, that's mad wages. Is it like Ekitike? I think you mentioned it in your video today. I think currently he's on about 56,000 euros.
Exactly.
Which is what, 45 grand a week?
45 grand a week.
Like
now,
we could double, we could triple that easily, and he still wouldn't be one of our highest earners at the club. So yeah, I think that's something that you've got to look at. Like Vlahovic, 300 grand. Would he even consider 200 grand? Like it's a big pay cut.
Exactly. So he's probably thinking, well, yeah, I want to move, but I tell you what, I'm happy just to sit and get 300 grand a week. Play for you, like, get on the bench at Juventus kind of thing, you know. You're right though. We talked a lot about Isak's wage and what he should demand. I think Ekitike will be thinking the same wherever he goes. He'll be expecting a big pay rise, and it takes us back, man. Like, what an absolute bargain that was for Frankfurt this time last year.
Yeah,
that must go down. If Ekitike does move to whether it's us or Liverpool or whoever for 80, 90 million pounds, when they paid 16 million euros for him and they give him 45, 50 grand a week, that's mental, man.
Yeah,
absolutely mental. Like, what a steal that is.
But PSG must have took a hit though, because
they paid 35.
30? Yeah,
I think 30, 35. I
just don't think they give him enough time, because like they had Messi, Mbappe and Neymar. So obviously he wasn't going to get a sniff.
No.
But he was that potential. He was like 18, 19 when he went there. He was a young French kid. He was doing well. He was doing well at Stade Rennes. Obviously had a high reputation, enough for a team like PSG to pay the money for him. He was rejecting teams like Newcastle. But yeah, like Messi and Neymar left shortly after that, and now Neymar's also gone. Sorry, other way around. Yeah, Messi and Neymar went shortly after that to Saudi and America. and then Mbappe got his move to PSG. So if he was still there now, he could be in that first team. Like if he developed like the way that they planned, I know they're one of the best teams in the world at the minute. They don't really need any help. But if he was still there, who would have thought? You never know. He could have been there and could have gotten first team minutes. So yeah, I think PSG kind of pulled the trigger a little bit too early there, and Frankfurt have got an absolute bargain.
I think they did, but the luckiness of Paris Saint-Germain is that they don't have FFP and PSR bollocks to deal with. So they're massive money that they've got that we can eclipse. Obviously, we can't spend it. They can. You know what I mean? They can get things wrong. Well, we'll move on to the next one. We'll just get Barcola. Well, we'll move on to the next one. You know, we'll just get Kvaratskhelia. Well, we'll move on and just keep doing it. And then it's worked eventually. And obviously, Enrique has built a very good young team there. But Koulibaly's another one. I've seen people saying Koulibaly in the chat. Ekitike was actually his replacement at Frankfurt there. And that hasn't really worked out with PSG either. He's available for a loan or a sale now. Roland Koulibaly there. So that could be another option.
He was a name that I've seen us linked with again.
We have been linked with him a lot.
That was a while ago.
But that would be a smart one if you could get that in loan with maybe an obligation to buy if he does well or hits X amount of appearances, goals, etc. So that could be a decent shout. But we've got on this list, you know, Justin Kluivert is what people are mentioning there. That's the one that really impressed Eddie Howe, apparently, when he had a blinder for Bournemouth.
Yeah, as Paul says, he's more of a winger, though, isn't he?
He is,
It's not
to be
like
fair.
out forward.
Nah, yeah, he is.
Unlike his father.
Yeah, unlike his father. But I suppose...
I think his father in his prime.
Again.
Past his prime.
We didn't get... We would have took his prime. We took him past his prime, and bloody hell, that didn't work out well. But, yeah. With other strikers, you know, your Victor Osimhen's on the market. He's a big name that just hasn't had that big move yet.
Had a weird career path.
Weird.
Has he not signed for Galatasaray?
I don't know.
I think they put bids in, but it's a lot of money.
You see every week him in a different shirt, like all these different rumours and links. And
he's been linked with every single club for the past 4 years or something. And then he went to Turkey.
Yeah, exactly.
What's going on there?
It's weird when people do that. It was like John Duran, who we talked about earlier, went to Saudi and then now he's going to Turkey.
He's going to read backwards career path because I forget he came from the MLS.
Exactly.
I forget he's still 21.
Probably Una Reverse.
He's 21 years old. He's played in the MLS, got his big move to the Premier League, then went for the money in Saudi, and now he's on loan at the Turkey. He's 21. What kind of career path are you on? This is mad. It's like jumpers for goalposts.
It's Colombian, though. It's like Tino Asprilla. They're absolutely mental, man. They're just doing things straight. They don't give a shit.
Wherever I'm going to get the most beak.
Oh, why? Well, with them options, though, maybe it is a shout that we should be looking at Saudi. You know, I mean, we should be looking at a John Turan. Can we get some help from PAF? Can we get Duran on loan? Can we get Mitrovic on loan? There was another one from Saudi that was linked the other day, actually, striker. Can't remember, but Mitrovic is one of them. John Duran's one of them. Ivan Toney, that was it.
Oh, Ivan
Toney
I
again.
I said Ruben Neves, where I was linked with him.
Well, it might be. Longstaff's gone. Listen, Ivan Toney on loan. You know, World Cup, yeah. Tuchel did include him in these last squad, but he got about 30 seconds off the bench. So maybe could Ivan be looking at it thinking, I'll come back to the Premier League, you know, come back to Newcastle, where it all started.
Have you seen Roberto Firmino's left Saudi?
Has he?
Yeah.
Liverpool, do you not want Roberto back? Get back.
I think he's gone next door to Qatar. Or one of them other Middle Eastern teams. I don't know how, but yeah.
Oh, well.
His time in Saudi's gone, but he's still raking the money in. Can't be mad at that.
No. Doing well for himself. So, yeah, there was other names. I was really calling out for Boniface from Leverkusen last year. You know, he was a great option, I think. Different plan B type of player, different style of play. But again, I just don't know if that's one, as we said, with Eddie Howe. You know what it is? If we didn't get Hugo Ekitike, I think Newcastle could just scrap that idea of going for a big name player, a big money player up front, and then use it elsewhere. I think Eddie Howe right now is focusing on really strengthening that starting 11, getting an Ekitike and making it a real difference. If he doesn't do that, I think he's going to look towards a squad. I think then
There's a lot of places that we need to go to.
He'll prioritise Trafford again. He'll prioritise a centre-back, a centre-mid to replace Longstaff. He'll look at really balancing out things. But at the minute, I think he's just hell-bent on if I get Ekitike, I've got some firepower, man.
Yeah. A lot of people were uncertain about our budget.
Yeah.
And it was literally 5 days ago, we announced the £55 million signing of Alanga. And after that, people thought, I don't know how much money they've got left. Yeah, they're going to need to start getting some sales on. Then bang, 86 million on Ekitike. It's like, whoa, where did that come from? Like, we're talking about getting Trafford and whoever else, like Scalvini and people like that, like another striker, especially not a fucking £80 million one. like that came out of absolutely. Last week we were talking about bloody
Jamie Vardy.
Dominic Calvert-Lewin. We were talking about like
who's free? Who can we get? Who's going to save us some money?
Bring Callum Wilson back.
And a weekly out, we're talking about club record fees.
Like this just came completely out of the blue. But yeah, let's not forget that them other needs are still needs, like centre mids that we've been like with Conor Gallagher. Like I like that link. But yeah, centre back, goalkeeper. We've got our right winger. We're fine there. But yeah, like I think them two especially. I think centre back's a priority. Just backup striker wasn't even a massive priority to me this time last week. But now
you get the taste for it.
Like it was centre back, goalkeeper, and like another backup centre mid. Like that was it. Like after Alanga, obviously we needed that right winger. Problem solved. But yeah, like that club record fee on a striker was just not on my radar this time last week. Like
no, not at all. Who knows what could be on the radar next, because we were all talking like James Trafford was going to be the first signing, and where the hell is he these days?
Literally, like what's going on? He must be waiting at the bus stop waiting on his Uber.
I mean, he wasn't included in any Burnley's pictures for pre-season. I don't know if that's changed in the last day or so, but it was all about Trafford. It was all about getting this goalkeeper in, and then now it's happening there. I think everything is taking a back burner. Do you know what I mean? The full attention is on getting this Ekitike deal done. So we'll wait and see.
We said ages ago there's going to be a wild card here because we knew our needs. We thought like there's something up the sleeves here, like there's something that we're not expecting. And I didn't expect it to come this early in the window. I thought this would have been a late one. Like get what targets, get what we need, like get what goalkeeper, what centre back, and then maybe it's like some absolute wild signing like at the back end of the window. But this is just completely come out of the blue. This thing.
Newcastle will always keep you on your toes. It will always be the unexpected with us, man. You know what I mean? It always will be. With that in mind, then, whether we get Ekitike, whether we get another striker, obviously that indicates, as we talked about earlier, you know, the potential 11s for next season for Newcastle. They're all 4-4-2. Oh, we could do this, we could do that. Do you think we will actually be changing formation next season, or do you think Eddie Howe's just looking at plan Bs, more options, depending on the opposition? Or say we're saying Ekitike, Villa first game of the season away, do you think that'll be a 4-4-2? Because, I mean, we're talking about it as well.
Yeah.
Joe Litton will feel hard done by. He'll be raging. He'll be booting the dressing room to bits, you know what I mean? Smashing locker rooms up at the thought of missing out on the team.
Yeah. I mean, it makes things interesting. First game of the season, I don't know if Ekitike will start. I think it would be smarter just to kind of go with what we know, the 4-3-3, which personally is my favorite formation. Like I even play that on FIFA. Like that's my favorite formation. Like the holding midfielder, your two centre mids, and your fast wingers. That's like on FIFA. If I haven't got fast players, I didn't want them.
Sound like Eddie Howe, yeah?
It is.
Alanga and Gordon?
Yeah, it is. I actually started a season on FIFA just last week, just trying to sign all these realistic signings, like all the ones that we've been linked with. And what really pissed us off is that how slow Shaw, Byrne, and Botman all are. I just had to go and buy some centre backs. I signed Scalvini. He's pretty slow now.
That's what Peter's complaining about.
It was just really pissing us off because I was conceding loads of goals. So I went and spunk money on Diamande and that Argentine from I can't remember who we were linked with. What's he called? He's from the French league, I think he is. Marseille.
Oh, Belletti,
because they're quite fast. They've got like 80+ paces. So I was like, I need these centre backs.
We need them.
Really in my head.
Need them in. Who's the best out of the three then that you signed? Belletti, Scalvini, and
I've only kind of just started with them two. I've just kind of getting past the first window. So Scalvini was a bit too slow. But yeah, Diamande's doing well.
I like Diamande, man. I really like
him. But you know, now like back to the question. Sorry, I went on a bit of a FIFA tangent there.
So you want to know what Kate was doing in his spare time? That's it.
Well, I'm not working. It was the formation, just depth is just amazing. Like I don't even really care what we do because I just like the idea that 4-3-3 is my personal favorite, and you know that it's also Eddie Howe's because he's been doing it for so long and it works. He knows how to get the best out of his players. That does whatever he wants them to do. At the back end of the season, he tried to change things, I think, because he had to win the Chelsea game because we had like an injury or two, didn't he? Like we were kind of like forced into a bit of a change there. But we didn't have them problems against Arsenal and Everton. And we nearly cost ourselves Champions League because of that. Like that loss to Everton. Like before the Arsenal game, we were talking about finishing second.
Aye, we were.
And then the loss to Everton, we finished 5th. only because Man United done worth favour.
Thank you.
And for the first time in history, 5th place got your Champions League. Like 9 times out of 10, that doesn't happen. In fact, 99 times out of 100, that doesn't happen. So we got very, very fortunate to get Champions League because Eddie Howe was fucking around with this formation that didn't work. I don't know why he did it. And he messed around too much and almost cost the Champions League. Thank you, Man United.
Thank you.
If he's going to change things around, he needs to get it right. But it's a long season. And I've been banging on for years about squad depth and like not just the depth, but like the quality of the depth. And I think people forget about that. People just look at your starting 11 and think, oh, who's going to start? It doesn't matter who starts. Like, just as long as you've got like enough options that if one goes out, like if you're playing 4-3-3, you got Ekitike on the bench, Isak gets injured. Wicked, got Ekitike. You've got that rotation. Like you've got Bruno, Julian, Antonelli, who comes in. Like it's not going to be Sean Longstaff. Is it going to be Joe Willock? Or going to upgrade? Can we get like a Conor Gallagher or someone like that? Like, or we've got both, and we've got Miley and all. Depth is so important. So whatever Eddie Howe wants to do, and someone's going to get left out. If Ekitike don't start, he'll feel left out. He'll be like, oh, I'm your club record signing. What you're leaving me out for? Vice versa. If it's Isak, he's going to feel pissed off. Gordon was pissed off at the back end of last year because he couldn't get in ahead of Barnes. Murphy's going to feel hard done by because he had the best season of his career.
Yeah.
Trippier's probably a little bit pissed off when he doesn't play ahead of Tino. But these are all mint problems. The Eddie Howe's problems. Yeah, some players aren't going to be happy about it, but this is football. And if you want to win things, you're not going to win that with 11 players.
No.
You need a squad. Some people are going to have to come in. Some are going to have to go out. You're going to have to rotate. Some people are going to get injured. Some people are going to get suspended. You need people to come in and like carry the load. Like you don't want, say, Joe Linton to get injured. Like at the back end of last season, we missed Joe Linton. Like, he was
the missing key, wasn't he?
Yeah, you don't want someone to go out and then your replacement's underwhelming or just not up to standards. Like, not to dig him out, but Joe Willock didn't really have a good year last year.
No,
when he came in, he was a bit shit.
Yeah,
you want a replacement to come in who you rely on, you trust, and think, it doesn't matter that this player's gone out because we've got such and such on the bench. Like, that's what we need. So formation, starting 11s, right now, I don't give a shit. As long as Eddie Howe works it out, as long as he knows what he wants to do, that's all that matters.
That's his job. And I tell you what,
that's what you're getting paid for.
The 4-3-3 has worked well so far.
I love the 4-3-3. I don't want him to move from it. But if you're going to mix things up and keep some players happy or keep things interesting, and I think he might be getting kind of found out because he's been doing the same thing for so long. And I think that's another reason why he'd be kind of inclined to mix it up. Like, oh, you think I'm going to play 4-3-3, but I'm not. What are you going to do with that?
Right.
You've been preparing for a 4-3-3 and I'm not playing it. Yeah.
You think everything's going to go from Shaw diagonal to Gordon? No, it's not. No, it's not. We're going to have more runners, more pace.
Yeah.
Risk is there, though, if we
100%.
do change formation, because I'll put this negative Nancy approach to it. We'll finish on a positive one. But the negative idea, or it could be realistic, is the fact that if, and we have got a tough start, Villa away, Liverpool at home, and beyond that, say the first 5 to 10 games, he goes with this new 4-4-2 or 3-5-2 or whatever he wants to do, and it's not working out, you know what I mean? The criticism's going to be there. What's he playing like 4-3-3? We've got Champions League with it, won a cup with it. What's he messing with it for? Different change things, different mess things. And the people are going to be on his back. Yeah. And say like, oh, well, what are you playing at? You know what I mean? He doesn't know what he's doing. He's lost the plot. Or hopefully, on the other hand, positive thing is like, wow, he's freshening things up. Yeah. People don't know how he's playing now. Can't judge it, can't guess it. He's catching people out himself now. It is, though, obviously, a risk. It's could come with a reward, but it could come with also criticism.
Yeah. And we've got a tough start as well. Like, you don't really want to be messing around when you've got Villa away and Liverpool at home, first 2 games of the season. I think first Carabao Cup games usually quite early on, like within like the first 5 league games of the season or something like that. If we get like a lower league opposition, that might be an opportunity to mix things around, like not like too much. Like maybe it's like a change of formation and slight change of personnel, but like, use kind of games like that. And pre-season, people want to see wins in pre-season. I couldn't give a shit about winning in pre-season.
No.
What pre-season is about is things like this. Trying a new formation, getting people back up to fitness, new signings, fringe players, academy players, just seeing what things are like. Like, that's the perfect opportunity to try things, because you don't want to go to Villa Park first game of the season and be like, just trying something out for the first time because we're trying to beat Celtic in July. Like, no one cares. Oh, you beat the K-League All-Stars 9-0. Oh, wicked. Like, what did you learn from that game? You're playing 4-3-3 with the same 11 as last season. Like, so what? Like, I'd rather lose to the K-League All-Stars, like whoever it is, the pop stars or whatever. Like, Jesse Lingard.
Jesse. Is Jesse going to be playing?
Probably.
Get in.
Yeah, I'd rather lose 1-0 to them than smash them 9-0. Trying new things. Like, that's the time.
Experimental time.
The time to experiment. You don't want to be doing that at Villa Park or when Liverpool come.
You're right, aye. We'll touch on pre-season in a minute because the lads are in Austria at the minute. I am going to Celtic on Saturday, looking forward to that one. But before we do that, before we round up this evening's podcast, thanks to everyone that's watching. Nearly 1,500 people still tune in, so I hope you are liking and subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. Jack Ross, that Jack Ross from Sunderland, was appointed the other day, Keg, head of football strategy is his title. Looks like he's overseeing loans, so I don't know what Shula's doing these days, apart from scanning all the apples.
I'm not sure I was even employed.
Oh, well, he's just a brand ambassador, I think, at this point. I mean, he'll be in bloody Korea next week, not playing, just getting pissed, having a good time. A few interviews on YouTube and that, living the dream.
Remember me? I used to play by myself.
He's on the one. Oh, get a selfie? Wicked. So Jack Ross has been appointed. He seems to have quite a lot on his plate. He is going to be working in tangent with a new sporting director whenever they come through the door. Thoughts on him coming in?
I was as surprised as anyone when the announcement was made. I was like, I know that name.
Aye.
It's like Jack Ross. Like, why do I know that?
It's not John Ross, the wrestling commentator.
Or Jonathan Ross.
Jonathan Ross, ITV.
What was he? I was like,
oh,
Jack Ross. Like, he's not Sunderland's Jack Ross, is he?
Oh,
he is. But then I completely forgot. I think I had like a bit of like deja vu. Like, I've been here before. Like, I remember that announcement 2 years ago. He's actually been at the club since 2023 in another role. He's just getting like a different role now. And I was like, I forgot that. I was thinking, I'm sure I remember this, you know. Like, I remember this notification and thinking, is that Jack?
I remember.
Is that Jack Ross? Like, I'd done that in 2023, the exact same reaction. I was like, Jack Ross is in the old Sunderland manager, Jack Ross. Yeah. So I've been here before. But apparently he's really, really good at his job.
Good.
I don't really know what his old or new job is or was, to be honest with you, but supposedly he's very, very good at it. Like, hopefully better than what he was a Sunderland manager.
I was going to say, he took the right choice. Slight job change there. He's still in the same occupational field, but, you know, he's mixed things up.
Yeah, so with his reputation, then wicked. I think, like, as many people, experienced and quality people in, like, the kind of like background positions that we can, like, people that these will be forgotten about. These are unsung heroes. Like, no, like I say, Jack Ross has already been here for 2 years and didn't even know he was here. I've got Shola was still employed, but, you know, like people like that, like in the background, like knowledgeable, experienced people that are doing the job, whatever they're meant to do. Like, it's not for me to decide. I don't know what that fucking job is, but yeah, like if they can do their job well, then that helps us in the long run. So yeah, if he's as good as everyone says he is, then welcome back, or welcome to a new role, Jack Ross.
Mm-hmm. Good luck in doing all the strategic stuff at Newcastle. Better loan moves would be good for a start, to be fair. You know, Grant Qual and all the other field ones. He's doing all right now, Qual, but in the past, obviously, him, other people who've had loan moves. Exactly. That's the next one, isn't it? Where's Antonio? Yeah. I thought he'd be involved in the old Austria trip, to be fair. You know what I mean? Not been pictured, nah.
People like Qual, who had such a good year last year.
Oh, maybe because he was at the under 21 Euros, maybe he's getting a little bit more time off. Right. But then again, you know, he didn't go as far. Tino's not there, no. So maybe he's still on holiday. It'd be nice to see him soon. If not, obviously he's lined up to go to like an Ajax or something on loan, which would be a great move.
That's where he's been linked, wasn't it? Ajax. I think that'll be a
very, very nice move from that. Just make sure we don't sell him to Brighton for 30 million next summer. So as we said, the lads are in Austria having a good time. It looks lush, by the way. Austria, doesn't it?
The background, like the settings,
picturesque mountain settings. We obviously spent about 2 days in Vienna, didn't we? When we went on a Euro trip, that was very nice, very expensive, but very nice. Enjoyed that.
Very nice
with them at the minute in Austria. Oh, we did. Had a great meal, Great food. Great country, to be fair.
Sure went to an Italians, didn't we?
We did, but I tell people, I've been to Italy. I've been to Italy loads, right? And apart from Naples, where obviously pizza was invented, so it was the best pizza I ever had. But we've been to Milan. I was in Milan for the Champions League. Been to a few different places in Italy, Venice and everything we went to. And I thought, everyone told me the food's amazing. Yeah, I thought it was okay, but then I had the best Italians ever at that Italian restaurant in Vienna. Probably because it was bloody fucking Michelin star without us knowing. I mean, it cost a fucking fortune, but it was the best bolognese.
We walked for miles to get there.
Sick.
Like we tried a few other restaurants where people were grumbling about the menu, like so we were walking for miles, and we just eventually thought, as an Italian, so we'll just dive in here.
We'll dive in here, and it was literally the best bolognese ever. So Austria is where it's at. Austria is where the players are at right now, having a good time.
Austria is where the Italians are at.
Scalvini, are you watching? Go now.
Yes, Austria's look.
Sign and enjoy Austria for the rest of the week because it won't be long before they head to Scotland. Is that where it's at? Scotland?
Yeah,
Glasgow.
Glasgow.
You like a bit of Glasgow, don't you?
Yeah,
Glasgow as well.
Messy times.
Yeah.
More young,
where we couldn't get in anywhere. Like we went to Glasgow.
It was an awful night.
It was awful.
We made it a good
Terrible.
night, but it was a horrible night. We just couldn't get in anywhere. Cheers, Glaswegian bouncers.
Back in the day when we used to actually go on nights out and that, we went to Glasgow for a festival. We were seeing like Eminem, Kendrick Lamar and that, and we just couldn't get in any bars, nightclubs because everyone in Scotland absolutely hated it.
Yeah, they did.
There was a big group of lads, and they just didn't want. To be fair, when we get searched for knives and everything,
to go like in like 2x2, like fucking Noah's Ark.
Yeah,
but, like they were like, "Oh, are you with them down there?" We're like, "Nah, I don't even know. You're not getting in here." I was like, "All right, yeah, that's good." Then I'm pleased I came out this way.
Anyway, again, I'm in. Glad I went there. But I'll be back on Saturday. Back in Glasgow for the first time in 12 years. Actually, I think it was 2013 we went there. So, long time coming for me to be in Glasgow alongside 10,000 Newcastle fans who will be watching the Toon take on Celtic at Celtic Park. You said, Keg, pre-season, not bothered about results. Well, I am. This
everyone's going to go. I would.
no, because this is the inaugural Adidas Cup, the first ever Adidas Cup this weekend. Right, I'm taking this seriously. Right, I want this alongside my Stella Cup. Yeah, alongside my
pre-season cups.
Yeah, alongside my Carabao. Put this in your trophy room. Yeah,
sit down next to the Intertoto.
Adidas Cup, Celtic away Saturday. I'm looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to seeing Alanga. Hopefully, Ekitike. That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
That'd be lovely.
And we're going to go there. We were at Ibrox a couple of years ago. That was so I'm talking crap because I was at Ibrox a couple of years ago. So it's not the first time since 2013. It was Tonali's debut. Took the knee shit, and I thought this is just brilliant. And then he got banned for 10 months. But hopefully we'll see Elanga for a little bit longer than that. But I'm excited. I'm buzzing to see some football. I only watched the final of the Club World Cup, and that is the only game of that nonsense tournament that I watched. All we've had in between the Premier League finishing and now is Thomas Tuchel's terrible 3 lines. So I've really missed some proper football. And I know it's only pre-season. It won't be a friendly. No, it'll be played at about 20% effort, won't it? I'll be 100% pissed in the stands. But I'm going to enjoy it. I'm looking forward to seeing Newcastle again, having a bit of crap with everyone and being there in the away end. But Celtic on the weekend in Keg, is this an experiment, as you mentioned, or is this 4-3-3, Elanga on the wings, pace, power, going for it? Will Isak be there? Will Ekitike be there?
It'll probably be a bit of both, in my opinion. Like I think, like if we do like a lineup prediction, I think it'll be like a bit of a mix. Like there'll be some starting 11 quality players in there, but there's people like obviously Lewis Hall is just coming back from injury, so he'll not be involved. So
Gino.
You might get like a Matt Target.
Does anyone want to take it to Celtic
last year? You get Odysseus Fakadimos.
Does anyone want to go to Celtic? I'm not. I'm going to be there.
And it's Emil Kraft
pissing down. I'm going to see Matt Target. That's put a downer on me plans.
So like that's just what preseason's all about. Like you don't want your key players getting injured. Like if we start like Isak or Tonali or someone and they get injured, you're gonna be raging. Like why did we do that? Like that's why you only play like 70% effort, rotate a little bit. Like they try not to play your starting 11 players for too much longer than like an hour. Just to make sure that they're ready, fresh. All it is about is fitness after having a few months off. Especially this first game. First game. You just got to get them back up to a level. And just try and kind of see where everyone's at, where people need to develop, and also for the squad as well. Like that's why you test out these squad players, like these rotational players. How are you doing? Are you good enough?
Joey Tribbiani.
Sure. I know I said that. How are you doing? But like thinking like we're quite happy with this player in this position, but if he has a bad pre-season, you think, oh, maybe we should sign someone in that position, like someone a bit like, off the cuff. Like I said, it's pre-season. I'm not asked if we get a couple out of it at the end of the day. Then wicked. just seeing the fringe players. Hopefully, see some maybe academy players like Sanusis, people like that. So I'd like to see them get a shot. Like Garan Kowal. Cadero as well.
Sanusi, as you mentioned, maybe even you've seen a lot of Joe White in the pictures from Austria. Bruno was putting them on his story and stuff today. So you've got players that may be given a chance. You've got other players that may come in, get a bit of rotation going there. Sula, of course, off the back of a good under 21 Euros as well. To be fair, Gordon's, Barnes there mix things up. But I think a lot of attention will be on Alanga this weekend, making his debut for Newcastle United. And as you mentioned, let's pray for no injuries.
That's the main thing.
Alanga has missed 2 games in 2 years. Played every single match.
Didn't say that.
For Nottingham Forest last season.
Oh, how way.
So
that's 50, horrible omen.
55 million.
Fuck's sake.
With the ACL incoming now. Look. And then, kind of saying, Ekitike, you thought you were going to be a striker? No, sorry.
On the right wing.
Any good at the right wing?
That's formation change or just mixed up a bit.
Well, I'm going to go early predictions here. Like you said, it is a preseason game. It doesn't really matter. Apart from the Adidas Cup, right? Won a trophy. Oh no, the trophy. Do you think it's going to be a little?
That's fine.
You just take 3 little things all joined together. I'm going to go for a 3-1 Newcastle win.
Oh, I was thinking 2-1.
Oh, I'll take it. As long as you see a couple of goals. Now, worse than when you get into a preseason game and it is dead as
0-0, rainy.
It's going to be rainy, but apparently.
Oh, you know what came on my time up? I think it was yesterday when we went to Gateshead.
Oh, it did yesterday.
That Gateshead pre-season.
Meeting Tyndall outside.
God, what a waste of time that was.
That was awful. Thunderstorms,
rain,
delays.
Storms, my God. That was
when ponchos.
Shocking, that. Well, we're right. I'm sure it was Maxi's last game. I'm sure Maxi was sold a few days later.
That's right.
Elliot Anderson scored a goal. I don't know what the score was, but it was.
We're getting beat. I remember that. We came back and won. I think we're getting beat 1-0. We came back.
The rain and just oh my God.
It was. We missed most of the game because you were just trying not to get wet. Everyone was just soaked. It was awful. So none of that. But the forecast is looking pretty bleak as per usual in Scotland.
That's good.
Anyways, that'll do. We've went on for a while on this podcast. We've had our record numbers. So thanks to everyone that is tuning. We've had nearly 2,000 people watching live throughout. So we really appreciate that one.
I thought it would be a big one.
Why
Conor McGregor.
Not much. Not much to talk about, as per usual. Loads more to happen, of course, throughout this summer, even throughout the next bloody night, day, 2, 3.
I know.
It's constantly
developing.
Happened. And neither am I.
I feel like I haven't gone an hour over the past 72 hours without any kind of news coming through.
And this is the quietest hour we've actually had in the past week.
Typical, isn't it?
This is the quietest hour we've had in the past week. Normally, I remember last night doing the video, I had to change what I was talking about 10 times. We had the Longstaff news, you had Ekitike back and forward, Liverpool, the approach for Isak, everything. But maybe that shows that we're on the cusp. Okay, it's going to be any minute now. That something big could be happening.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed, it's something positive for Newcastle. But again, thanks everyone for tuning in. Cheers if you're listening back on all audio platforms. This podcast, which is live on YouTube, does get uploaded to Spotify, Google, Apple, and wherever else you do listen audio-wise. And as always, cheers to Anarchy Brewery for hosting us. You can click the link in the description if you're going to grab yourself some more beer or any other cans that they have on offer. Legends, thanks everyone. Subscribe to my channel TV and enjoy yourself.
Yeah, and the
trying to get a picture.